Hey you guys, welcome to my no, I need to be a little louder. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jacqueline. I'm a 3rd grade teacher and I just completed my 1st year of teaching. This year flew by so fast and I would have given it a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for the whole COVID. But it was just such a good and successful year that I wanted to share 3 tips with you guys if you are going into your 1st year of teaching. So I do have more than 3 tips for 1st year teacher, but I'm sure that you're already getting advice and tips from other videos or other teachers or friends and family and such. So I really just wanted to go over 3 tips that maybe you haven't thought of, but that really helped me for my 1st year. So my first tip is to set a budget for your 1st year class. I didn't do this and I wish I did because I have no idea how much I spent on my 1st year class, but I know it's a lot. But I also know that there's so many other teachers that spent way more than me because I thrifted so much. So if you need books for your class and you're starting off with 0, just like I did, definitely ask friends and family if they have any children's books laying around. Go to a thrift store where they sell a lot of books. There's one by my house called Secondhand. I don't know if that's anywhere else, but it's literally like a big library. It's like a Barnes and Noble, but all secondhand, and the books could be ranged from like $1 to $3. Well, that's what I was looking for. And I think I have like around 300 books in my library, so I could not imagine paying full price for that. So definitely set a budget, definitely use what other people have. Maybe there's some teachers that you know that are getting rid of a lot of stuff. My mentor teacher, when I was in student teaching, after I finished student teaching, she actually cleaned out her whole class and gave me so much stuff, and I was just super thankful for that. So maybe you want to ask your mentor teacher if she's getting rid of anything, stuff like that. So definitely set a budget so that you're not broke. I would say my 2nd and 3rd one are like my main ones. So my 2nd tip is to make a teacher Instagram. It sounds silly to make another Instagram other than your personal one, but on my teacher Instagram, I'm just following teachers. I am not following my friends and family. I'm just following other awesome teachers, and I just love it because my whole feed is filled with amazing ideas or what other teachers are doing, and I love it. A lot of the stuff that I do in my class that are extra, I get those ideas from my teacher Instagram and from the teachers that I follow. I also love that I'm able to post all of my teacher content or class stuff all on my teacher Instagram rather than my personal account. So I like that it's 2 different accounts, and to be honest, on my personal account, I don't follow anyone that I don't know. Like, I don't even follow famous people. I literally just follow friends and family, and on my teacher Instagram, I love that I'm just following all these strangers, but they're all teachers and they're just amazing, and I love looking through that feed because it's just teacher stuff and it's always filled with great ideas, especially during this distant learning time. I also think that having a teacher Instagram really inspired me to start this channel because I followed so many teacher accounts that were also YouTubers. So while I would scroll on my feed, I would always stumble upon great videos and stuff like that. So ultimately, that account really helped me start this YouTube. So I'm really thankful that I made my own teacher account. So I definitely advise you to do that. And my 3rd tip is huge. I think this tip will make you enjoy your 1st year and your years after that, and I think it'll take off a lot of stress on you, and that is not to waste your breaks or your planning periods doing something that's not productive. My first 2 to 3 weeks, I was staying till like 5:30 at school, and it was completely draining, so exhausting, and it's not normal, and it shouldn't be. And then after that, I really used my planning periods and my breaks to plan for the next day. And I think that was the best thing I ever did for myself because I would leave about 30 minutes after the bell. So for example, I would have math in the morning and science and social studies, and then I would have lunch. So during my lunch, I would prepare for math the next day. and then I would have ELA at the end of the day, and then I'd have my planning period. So during my planning period, I would plan for ELA the next day. And so teaching 5 subjects is not like if you don't utilize all the time and breaks that you have at school, you're gonna go home and you're gonna need to prepare for 5 lessons for the next day. I remember for a while before I kind of got into my own groove, I was either staying at school till like 5:30, or I would go home and unpack all of my school stuff and prepare for the next day and eat dinner and go to sleep. And it sucked. It was super draining, and it just kind of made me feel like I had no other life besides teaching. So I would definitely say to make sure that during your planning period, you are actually using it to plan, so that you can go home after the bell rings and just not take any work with you home. I know I barely took any work with me home, especially towards like the end of my year. When I really got the hang of it, I would just go home and I had a moment to just debrief and chill and just not be a teacher at home. If you do get into that group, don't feel guilty that you're not one of those teachers that are bringing their schoolwork home and doing more schoolwork at home. And so anyways, my tip is that you guys really use your planning periods to plan and to be productive. Like if you want to go chat with your coworkers, please do that. Of course, there is a time to have a break, but just don't spend it scrolling, you know? Definitely just use your time wisely at school, because you will get some breaks. For student teaching, I had the longest breaks and planning periods ever. Like it was so long. But at my new school where I'm teaching at now, like my students' lunch and recess is only 40 minutes long, and they go to their pullout for only 30 minutes. So my planning period is only 30 minutes and my lunch is only 40 minutes. And that's if I don't have recess duty. So I don't even have that much time. So I knew I had to really be focused on just preparing for the next day. So yeah, I hope that you found these 3 tips helpful. If you decide to make a teacher Instagram, go ahead and drop your username down in the comments below. I would love to follow you. And if you're not following me on my teacher account, you totally should. My username is mrs.hallsclassroom_. So anyways, that's it for this video. I will see you guys in my next video. And don't forget to subscribe. See y'all later.